long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
What's going on, Star Wars fam? I'm your bro host, Daniel Miller. Welcome back to another episode of Shootin the Poodoo. We are back from a week break. I think were we just breaking for Labor Day? Was
Pretty
that
much,
it?
Yeah.
And we've got, some Ahsoka to catch up on. We've had 2 episodes that we have missed out on talking about, and one that was near and dear to my heart. Everybody knew what was coming up, but we've also had something else that I've been just dying to see and play, which is Starfield. All of that to talk about. But Mike, how are you guys doing?
Hi.
Here.
Great.
Still waking up because I took a nap.
The second you came in, Mark, I can tell you were a little out of it.
Because I'm here though.
I'm chilling. Representing Los Santos. What's up,
everybody? We've got Boop in here. Father son.
Hey. Hello.
Hello.
What's going on, everybody? So I'm sure everybody. Well, actually, before we get into Ahsoka. I don't know how many out there are video game fanatics, but we've been eating pretty good, right, Mike? Even Mark down here, who isn't the biggest gamer. I mean, just started playing God of War.
Mm-hmm.
But game of the year right there, and from what we're playing right now, most anticipated game of the decade, Starfield. We're eating pretty good.
Yes, it is a lot. It's been going on for me since the last week of August with Armored Core, then Starfield. Next week is Mortal Kombat. That is 2 weeks after that is Cyberpunk. Then in October, it's Alan Wake 2, Lords of the Fallen, Spider-Man 2.
I'm
tired.
I'm waiting for
money.
Yeah. Lies of
what's in Mortal Kombat is this week, right?
Mortal Kombat's on. It comes out. These guys are so goddamn smart. Mortal Kombat came out September 13th, 1993.
They have meetings.
Nice.
Mortal Kombat 1 comes out September 14th, 2023.
Nice.
1 day after on his 30th anniversary.
They all have meetings, Mike.
Of course they have meetings. It's a TV spot. Right? Would they redo the original Mortal Kombat commercial, people rushing in the streets yelling Mortal Kombat?
Yep.
They redo that with Batista. It looks amazing. And I can't wait. But yes, Mortal Kombat comes out on Fatal Friday. And I'm excited because tomorrow will be Mortal Monday. And there's definitely one trailer left. So hopefully they show something on Mortal Monday.
Babality.
I hope Babality's come back. You kidding me?
We know that Megan Fox is a voice in Mortal Kombat. I saw the interview with her, and she feels that they made this character just for her, and that
it makes sense that
character is actually just like her.
It makes sense
because she's a vampire.
Right. See, she's Jennifer's body, dude. Like, come on.
There you go.
It happened. Also,
I mean, her and Machine Gun Kelly did some weird shit. I heard
she was weird before
some blood drinking stuff that happened
before that.
So I've been like,
whatever. Yeah, I mean, she's in it. We got the Jean-Claude Van Damme Johnny Cage skin that comes with the collector's edition. They showed that trailer. They previewed it on Hot Ones because Ed Boon was on fucking Hot Ones.
I love Hot Ones. That is so.
It's the best interview.
Yeah, it's like really is a smart thing.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing. If you're not doing Hot Ones and you have for a press junket, you're missing out.
Yeah,
it's almost like a mandatory thing now.
It's true. They do have a lot of power now.
He wields the wings like almost like a wand.
Yeah, I've been a fan since season 1 when I saw Key and Peele do it. I was like, what is this?
Did they
But
usually
anyway.
go hand in hand with like new material though these days now?
Yeah.
Like if there's some see that's saying a lot about a show
And
about
each
where it's
season,
gotten
the hot
to.
sauce has
Yeah.
changed.
There you go.
Like they know in like complex zones anyway. It's
Good for
great.
them.
Shout out to Sean
Yeah.
Evans. But yeah, Ed Boon was on Hot Ones where they showed the Van Damme thing, and then they showed the Van Damme trailer, and Van Damme's voicing himself, and he's wearing the Bloodsport outfit.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Ready for some Van Damage.
Yeah. Yes. We are 7 minutes in, and Mark is already firing arrows.
And if Dan plays it, then it's some Dan damage. So
There it is.
You know,
There
you're
it
lucky
is.
Chris isn't here. I mean, I'm
Bars.
loving
Oh, I
this,
know. I
but
would have left.
It would just,
Bars.
it would just
Out
be
the air hatch.
me and Chris right
Yeah.
now because Mike is encouraging it, and yeah,
I'm waiting for that like dramatic music with that face coming up.
oh
More!
man. I
Yeah,
just
I'm
don't have
excited
my heart
about it, though.
because I always love the puns. They're my favorite things.
Yeah.
So
Mortal Kombat. Can't
That
wait.
should be fun.
I'm so happy for you, and I can't wait to see
And
you play.
the guest characters, dude.
Yeah,
Peacemaker, Omni-Man, Homelander. Come on.
I need to see how, because like Mortal Kombat's always really done a great job at
Mm-hmm.
doing a story
Yeah.
for all everything, and
This
now
is an
I just need
important
to
one.
see how they're gonna throw an Omni-Man versus Homelander.
It's gonna be awesome. I swear, if Homelander does not drop
I
that
don't know, but
civilian plane on you,
Homelander doesn't seem like he's Superman
no,
level.
Omni-Man would destroy him in a matter of
Right. That's what I'm
seconds.
saying. Like he would just rip him to pieces.
See, I
like
can't even
feel
talk
like.
about Invincible with you guys because you guys don't even know yet. Like
What?
Omni-Man
Oh, with Omni-Man,
not even Omni-Man, like
his race.
power. Yeah, the Viltrumites are like
It's
he's
kind
like
of weird.
he's like low to mid tier.
They're
Like,
doing
there's-
that with the Adventures of Superman, that
Mhm.
new show out.
Yeah.
They're making them out to seem like those dudes, like the
Dude,
Kryptonians.
Viltrumites are like on another. Imagine if they were all as smart as Jor-El was. All of them.
Yeah,
Like, it's not. It's like like
that just ended right. The season is
I'm
over.
I'm
Yeah, it
excited
is.
for
It is.
for
It's really
season
good.
2 of
Oh, yeah,
Invincible.
yeah.
but
Really
yeah.
good.
Besides that,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just laughing at the internet. They were like, "Oh man, Omni-Man is the best." I was like, "Y'all don't even."
He's just a soldier. He's just like some
Straight up.
peon. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just like
He is-
a guy.
A guy.
Yeah,
Wait till you see who's running the shit, and then
Yeah.
compare that.
yeah. I've
Yeah.
I've looked ahead at some of the comic
Grain
books. I
of
didn't really
sand.
like see much of the story, but it's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be bloody.
Oh yeah.
Red everywhere. But
Yes.
all right, so we've got Mortal Kombat. You're excited for.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got Idris Elba with Phantom Liberty
Yes,
coming
dude.
out on Cyberpunk 2077. Holy crap! I'm so pumped about that, but I'm not even going to be jumping into that because the game that I've been waiting for, like for years now, I feel like it's been a couple years, right? Like,
Right.
hasn't it been a couple years
What?
since like they announced Starfield to when it actually came out?
No, Starfield was announced.
It was announced a while ago. They
Hold
pushed
on.
it back a minute, dude.
Let's see.
They've been pushing this game back for a while. And I always knew, like when I first heard about it, I was so excited. But finally it's here. And I was like,
2018. I just looked
I've
it up.
been
It was
I've
an
been
E3 of
I've
2018.
been waiting for this shit for 5 years.
Yeah.
It's about 5 years.
But it's also like 20, like Tommy is saying now. It's 25 years in the making. Hi, Tommy.
Oh yeah, 25 years in the making, definitely. But like when we really first heard about it, and I knew
Yeah,
that
yeah,
there was
yeah,
going to be a Skyrim in space. There was always talks about it. There was hints.
Yeah.
rumors,
The reason
all
why
kinds
we're
of
not
shit, dude.
getting another upgrade of Skyrim or another Elder Scrolls because they were working on this.
Right,
This is
exactly.
the-
But I mean, like they teased us with an Elder Scrolls 6. They did tease us with
Sure,
an Elder
yeah,
Scrolls 6,
yeah,
but they
yeah.
weren't going to touch it until this came out. Like all the energy was and money was put into this, and Fallout 76. Like they did a great job upgrading that game. It's an incredibly awesome game now. If you want to play like a big MMO, like Fallout type game,
But
maybe
it's
actually fun now.
it's a meme now, so they're not going to play it.
What?
Fallout 76.
It's a meme now. What?
It's a meme. Like it's on how it's like Anthem. It's like if Anthem were
Oh.
to come back tomorrow and be like, we're better, it's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
The damage was.
it did. They
We're
did
very
up,
fickle, us gamers.
they
When
did
it's
up
over,
their
it's over.
they did up their memberships, but I mean, it's not anything like it could have. No Man's Sky, how that failed flat on its face. It's a
And then
playable
it came
game now,
back.
but
Yeah.
but Starfield, they came out swinging and they hit hard. I feel like PlayStation and like people attached to PlayStation have been like really strongly attacking this game.
Hey,
Um,
man.
and why not? Because it is like this game had so much anticipation, so much talk of how amazing this was going to be. Like it had to come out like swinging, especially with all the pushbacks, dude. They pushed this game back several times.
Sure. Look at it.
Good.
Look at it.
I'm freaking glad they did.
Do you think a game like this comes out on time? You kidding me?
But I mean, like even when they do push it back and sometimes still put it out and it sucks. Like, you know, like Cyberpunk was pushed.
Stay good. Well,
Cyberpunk was pushed and that turned out to be a
Cyberpunk's
shitstorm.
mistake was it coming out on the current gen, and we all know that. That game should not be running on PS4s and Xbox Ones. Sorry to my friends who had them, but I'm sorry.
It shouldn't have been.
Should have been a system buyer for you.
Yeah,
like, you should have been like, Cyberpunk is here. I'm buying the Series X now.
When they try to release these like games on multiple systems and generational systems, it is tough.
Why do you think Nintendo's so successful? Because it's on one platform.
Yeah.
Mario's on one system.
You're right.
Zelda's on one system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And look at all the other ones. That's why Sony's so good.
But I mean, like they pushed
Wars on one system.
They pushed Skyrim back like years. Like it was, I mean, not Skyrim, Starfield back like years.
Dude,
and now
they were also being bought by Microsoft during this. Like it's a lot of things happened to Bethesda. Between the announcement of
but it paid off. It paid off. Like this
paid
game
off
has
in sales for sure.
Minimal bugs. Like it has the amount of bugs any game would have at launch.
It's minimal that you've seen. I've been watching some stuff that I've been laughing out loud at, but I don't hate it. But it's funny.
But it's like it's shit that you would see to almost any game.
Like before it dropped on Game Pass, like that early access, like the day one access.
Yeah,
man, it was floating eyes and teeth and.
Well, it was when it first launched. There were so many people jumping on at the same time. The servers got fucking bogged down. Like it was like a real thing.
Yeah, because everybody and their mom was playing
at launch.
Yeah,
at all the early access. But once everything caught back up, the game was fine. Like it was totally fine. Like the first, I'm telling you, dude, I was playing it right off the rip.
Yeah, I mean, I understand how your experience was. I mean, that was me with Cyberpunk and everybody saying it was buggy.
Right.
So like I had minimal hiccups too, but it's people were still having problems.
But while there was videos out there, dude, I'm not seeing any like headlines coming out going, "Oh, game crashes
not at all.
on launch." Like all the freaking reviews were pretty solid except for a few.
It's mostly comedic.
Yeah.
It's like, look at all these potatoes that got in this cockpit, like shit like that.
Well, that shit was hilarious because that was done on purpose.
Yeah, I know.
Because so you can collect stuff and pick things up and move them around and drop stuff and then just pick them up and put them in places.
So some dude put a potato in a cockpit to the point where it was up to like
he was like
head level, and he opened the door and potatoes poured out.
Just fell out.
It was very funny.
It was awesome.
It's like what that is because one of the developers did that in that big press junket they did when they first showed the gameplay. She collected a bunch of sandwiches, and it was like a desk full of sandwiches. Tom collected plushies. See?
There you go.
Here's a bunch of plushies. There's all kind. I mean, the detail to like all of the planets and like the places of interest. Let's put it that way, because like this game was created for the story and like all of the stuff that like all the side missions and everything that you do that involves like the story that they have written for this game takes you to all of these amazing places that like that they have like specially curated. But then there's like the exploration part where you can land on like any part of a planet, and like there are things to discover and find, but it's nowhere near as like like as crazy as like the stuff that you find within like the boundaries of the story that like you're following, whether it be the main story or side missions or even just activities. Like there's all these different levels of like side quests and shit that you could do. It's incredible. It's nuts. And they only have like the sky is freaking just the limit with this game, because they're just going to be just hitting you with DLC like crazy. They already have DLC ready to go. It's already ready off the rip. Like they're going to have this game coming out. They're probably going to do a few bug patches and whatnot to get everything up to speed, and then boom, DLC probably like in 6 months. They'll release it. So it's amazing. It's amazing. And it's a game that you don't have to rush to play.
Yeah, I'm literally there's too much stuff I care about in between this game. Like there's so I'm gonna gradually play this. I haven't played it in like a week.
It's
so
true.
but I'm on New Game Plus 3 with Armored Core, and Mortal Kombat's in 4 days, and then Cyberpunk. So I'll probably get to where Dan's at in, I don't know, June.
Yeah. Next June. Yeah.
June sounds about right.
Yeah, next summer.
I'm taking my time with this game. It's
you should.
I'm not where I'm at now. I'm not invested enough to keep playing it, but I'll play it on my own.
Think about how long you can still put Skyrim on now, like the remastered version, and still have a great time with it. Like and still find new stuff to do, and like all of the crap that they packed into that game. This is like that times 10.
I've never played Skyrim.
I know, Mike, but it's just amazing how they've taken that amount of shit you can do and experience, and just even all the little things, and they were just like, hey.
Yeah, I heard every time you land on a planet,
insane.
it's like the map is as big as Skyrim's.
Well, the way it's done is, so like when you're on a planet, it's all done like the planet's all made in tiles. Like all these tiles that like are maps basically. So when you land, you're landing on this like tile, and the tile that you land on is almost a map that's the size of Skyrim. So that's like a bunch of these that make up one whole planet. So, but like when it comes to the places that you land on, like when it's taking you there through a story or a quest, like it's way more detailed, like those areas, than just standard areas. But oh my god, the game's insane. I could go on it forever. We'll be talking about it a lot as we do BX Gaming. We're gonna have like a little sorry, I keep saying Skyrim, a Starfield segment. But I say let's move on to Ahsoka, because we have a lot to catch up on. There were 2 insane episodes that we were able to see. Actually, the episode 3, it's like it almost feels like not a lot happened, but a lot happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like they went into hyperspace, they found the hyperspace ring, and they had to try to get them to stop, and the Purrgil and all that other stuff, they crashed. Oh.
Dan and his Purrgil. Here we go.
All right, guys, the Purrgil. When we first got to see the Purrgil, I knew it was going to happen. But here's what I need. This is what I want to bring to the table here with the freaking Purrgil. Okay. They are really rare to find. It's not like some, animal that just happens to just be around, like that you're just going to run into. So they just so happen to be flying around the planet, that the giant hyperspace ring that's going to go to another galaxy, where they found the directions on a map that literally has them flying around this fucking gate. Oh, they just happen to just be on the planet. hanging out at that same time?
Yeah.
Like, for fucking real, we're gonna go with that. We're just gonna say that this was just a coincidence. Everyone in the chat, Mark, Mike.
Star Wars.
Maybe Ezra told him to wait for him.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. He's Jonah,
Talking
and he's in the whale.
exactly, Dr. Ezra Little.
Star Wars.
I'm just like all I'm thinking about is like the Purrgil, and everyone's just like, oh, like we just keep thinking that they're just these lumbering space creatures that just they can just go into hyperspace, but they just guzzle up gas and they just hang out, and and like the people just studied them, and that's how they discovered hyperspace travel and all that stuff. But really, they're just these creatures. No, they're not. They're sentient beings. They communicate through the Force. Ezra knows how to communicate with them. That's dude. These Purrgil are gonna play a huge part in all of this. It's coming up. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you that it's gonna happen. These Purrgil. Oh,
space whales, guys. This is space whales.
You're making it less when you say space whales. They're space people. These are real creep. These are people. They are people. They are sentient, intelligent beings, and everyone's just writing them off. I'm telling you right now.
I just want to see Ezra come running in on one like freaking Atreyu and Falcor. Okay,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, we just saw that actually. Friday night, I went to a drive-in theater with the Scion. Dude, I'm telling you right now, man. I had the Scion XB like hooked up. Open up the back. Like, if anybody knows what a Scion XB, it's like a toaster, a driving toaster, right?
It's a box.
Yeah, it's literally a box. But if you know what you're doing, I have this like 4-inch thick mattress topper that me and Julie needed to stop using because it was like destroying my back. But for a one-time usage, when you put the seats down of the XB with the back open, I put like my sheet over it and everything. I brought Julie's pregnancy pillow that she doesn't use anymore and like lined it and just opened it up, parked the car, and had these great seats where I was just literally laying in the back of the car, like with like friends and stuff sitting out like in the front in their uncomfortable camping chairs while I'm like literally just like laying in the back like just the king. It was awesome. And we watched The Never-Ending Story.
King driving over here.
Yeah, it was awesome, dude, except when Artax got into the swamp of sadness, and then I was really sad.
Yeah, it's not good.
Wasn't awesome at all at that point.
Children's movie.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's all about your imagination, and Fantasia only exists is if you could keep your imagination going, Mike. All right.
I was just saying it was the children's movie where they killed a horse.
And you stop like following your heart and your dreams. Fantasia's destroyed. So you're just contributing to the destruction of a bunch of imaginary
people. Next week we'll be
people.
discussing The Page Master with Macaulay Culkin and Chris Columbus.
It's a great book. Whoopi Goldberg was the fairy godmother book.
I saw the movie in theaters. So.
Who was the pirate guy? Oh, it was Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart was the voice of the pirate book.
Christopher Lloyd was the
he was the librarian and the wizard.
And Merlin, the wizard, yeah.
Anyway, sidetrack from Ahsoka. So Mark, what do you think? How do you feel about everything that's been happening with these past 2 episodes? The giant hyperspace ring, Balin. What's been piquing your interest so far? Now we're mid-season.
For me, it all came together with that 3rd episode. I think we just got past the setup, and then we got to see the characters kind of living in this new reality we're seeing. Right? I think it was a shock for me seeing them in live action at first, and it took me a couple episodes to kind of be like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing all that, the hyperspace ring, what we saw in this last episode, I mean, I was just, the way it ended, I was just so excited. And I don't know that I know what is going on just yet, other than don't trust Anakin. Ahsoka,
Oh, that's not him.
So
you're in
Mark,
trouble, girl.
let's get back to that. And I wish,
Yeah.
you know what, maybe I could probably pull up some pictures on Twitter. I'm not calling it X. I'm never going to call it that. Maybe I could pull
Call
up
it
some
by its
pictures
name.
on
Its
it,
name, it's X.
because so I'm getting, there's some contention here now. We were talking about it in the chat. Is this a chat? In our private chat, we were talking about it, but in the chat for the people watching right now, is it Anakin's or is it Vader's lightsaber?
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
hearing that it's Anakin's, and you're getting a black cloak
I
reflection.
think so, is what you're right, because I thought it was Vader's at first, and I took a better look at it, and I'm like, huh, that looks like a reflection over it.
But there were
So-
certain like little
Isn't that part
things.
of like you're supposed to kind of like wonder, right?
Right? Maybe it's
Yeah.
like a mixture of parts. Who knows? I don't know. Like maybe that's, you're right. Right. Like I couldn't figure it out, because I'm looking at the pictures and no one has produced a high def enough pic for me to be like, it's definitely Anakin's. But there was some stuff where I'm like, the one piece where the switch is supposed to be black, but it's chrome. And like that
Mm.
part is chrome, but like it looks like the other parts aren't. But that's where I'm thinking that's the reflection from the cloak. But
Yeah.
why isn't that other part reflecting the cloak as well? So some of it has got me a little twisted on whose it actually is. I'm interested in what the chat thinks, if they've seen that little argument that's been going on. But it is that if it was Vader's, dude, that would have been very interesting, right? Like that would be a cool little tell as to, like, almost like the way they did Tyr, Mike, in God of War, where it's like it's not really Tyr.
Hey, hey, Mark is playing the game.
I didn't hear anything.
So damn it.
I didn't hear anything. It's all good. It's all good.
It's
It's all good. In one ear, out the other.
I hope so.
It's been stricken from the record. It's all
But
good.
yeah, so there's a little sleight of
Claire's
hand.
in here for
It
that.
would have been interesting if it was. I feel so bad now.
Fucking
Oh my God,
hell.
thanks a lot, Mike.
Jesus Christ.
Honestly, I'm so new to it and that I don't know what the hell you're talking about, so it's okay.
Someone
Okay.
needs to get in here and talk a little bit of this with us. But yeah, it would have been interesting if it was. Post here says post Vader Anakin is going to be interesting. Yes, you're right, Chris. I'm man. But what else, Mark? About like we've been getting, how you've been feeling about? Do you
We
think
saw
it's like
Kaz's dad and Hera like totally just blew everything up in his face, which was awesome. I think that for me is the moment where Hera became Hera as we know her, right? The
Mhm.
fact that that fight, that mother figure, the fact that she was there and she was like, it's like, let me tell you. You know, that was fantastic. I love that. And then we finally got to meet Jason, right? We got to see live action Jason. I mean, it's like, that's fantastic. Obviously, you know, he's showing force sensitivity, which is fantastic. I'm glad they didn't like skip over that just yet. It's already there. You know, what's
Yeah.
gonna happen with all that? Because again, if you know Ezra comes to teach him, that'd be fantastic too. But
Oh yeah. Geez.
yeah,
Don't start
I all these little elements that fall into place. We got to see the ghost, you know. I mean, that was awesome. There's just a lot, especially in this last
Yeah.
episode. That I just felt, it made me feel like a little kid again. I hadn't felt like that in a while with
It's
like Star Wars stuff we've seen, right? I was just so happy when it was done. I was like, you know, squealing every other minute and like, you know, just acting like a fool while I was watching the damn episode.
Yeah, it really is just like candy for, you know, all of us who like dedicated our time to Rebels. And the more that I've been watching this, though, the more people that didn't watch Rebels could really enjoy this, like with Balin and Shin and their whole story, and just just seeing the master and apprentice, with Ahsoka and Sabine, and especially someone who doesn't have those natural force gifts like most people, like most people who are chosen to be Jedi. And I kind of want to go down that road, that discussion in a second about like force abilities and who can't be a Jedi, because it's kind of the message I felt like they were pushing there. But it really is. It's been interesting, and especially it's crazy to think about how, like, Jason Syndulla being trained as a Jedi, going to Luke's school and then getting murdered by Kylo Ren.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be sad.
Right.
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's insane to think about that. Like, anybody with force sensitivity at his age might end up at the temple that Ben Solo destroys.
Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see. I mean, I think that if Ezra does come back, it's like, I don't know. He may not want to go down that path. Like, and here's the other thing too. It's like I was saying, I think there's some hesitation there with Hera when he brought it up about wanting to be a Jedi. How there seemed to be some hesitation on her end because of what's happened with Kanan. She probably doesn't want him to go running down that path, right? And so if she'd be like, okay, I want you to train him, but can we keep you away from other Jedi and stuff and all that other mess? So it would keep him away from Luke and all that, Because I mean, I don't know that I'd want my family around the Skywalkers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. Too much.
I'm sorry.
Too much crazy shit happens.
It's like the center of the galaxy seems to follow them, and so does the drama. So
yeah,
let's go over here.
So what do you feel about this? What do we think's going on?
She's on Snake Way, and she has to go meet Goku at the end of Snake. It was the Dragon
in the
Ball
backstage
joke.
area, like in StreamYard. She hasn't entered. Well, I think that's just the thing, that right now everything at the end of that episode was a big reveal, but there's a lot of misdirection here. We're not seeing the meat in the sandwich just yet, and that's what this next episode's going to be, right? We're going to get to see everything as it is, because for a lot of people, it's going to be a new experience. For the rest of us, once we see what's going on in here, it's going to be total eye candy,
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, she fell, and then she wakes up in this thing. What we all who have seen Rebels know to be, from what it looks like, that she's on one of the paths of the world between worlds, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this could be, like, I was like talking with Chris about how so this is what Chris is thinking, which it is very, very easily have happened. Ezra pops out, saves her by bringing her in between the world between worlds, or somebody does. Anakin, but I mean, I don't know, maybe it could have been Anakin. I don't know. It's just weird if it's Anakin. I don't how they're going to explain that but whatever. Ezra, where is he if it was him? Because he's the only one that we know that knows about the world between worlds. Well, Ahsoka does too.
So did the Emperor.
And so did the Emperor. You're right. Yeah. The Emperor. You're right. And he's still around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still around. He's in the freaking, he's being grown right now or something in the unknown regions. Still some black magic shit happening. Force and stuff. But yeah, there's that going on.
Sprinkle some black magic on that.
The docs.
Someone putting some Sith roots stuff down.
But I'm thinking, my thought with what's going on with Ahsoka, which I don't think it's going to be, but is that she's going, like, she's falling and she's knocked out or whatever, and she's having like a, like, in the moment Force like vision type thing where she was doubting herself as she's fighting Balin, right? Because Balin brought up Anakin's fall to Darth Vader. And
Mhm.
immediately was like, how does that make you feel? He basically was just played some psychological bullshit on her.
Okay.
He's like, oh, well, because like she tried to shoot back, like, oh, I've never heard of you, like that kind of you are just some Jedi bullshit that no one's ever heard of. Just throws that at him. But then she was like, yeah, but your master killed all these people and destroyed everything. And how does and you were like, you know, you walked away and abandoned him, you know, basically, and just attacked her freaking whole thing. So she immediately is going through this fight with this dude who's also pretty freaking strong that she's having trouble with because now she's in her, you know, late 40s. So she's not the young, strong Jedi she used to be. So she's having trouble, doubting herself. And now she falls, gets knocked out or whatever, maybe. And she's going through this like split second, you know, life moment where she might die, but then she's into this force thing that's happening all in this span of a moment, you know. And she sees Anakin and she's going to have this talk with Anakin, and then she might even have this fight with Anakin right on that Rainbow Bridge thing. And then she wakes up in this fall, does her thing to save herself, like, because we know Jedi can save themselves from falling, except for Mace Windu. He doesn't know how to stop himself. But she wasn't getting hit by lightning. She just got kicked or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she could easily save herself with the Force. So maybe that's it. I don't know. Or she got pulled into the world between worlds, and that's how she gets to the next galaxy, is world between worlds some way. But I just, yeah, we'll see. But I'm thinking the Purgil are the gate for them to the world between, to get to the other galaxy. The Purgil. Calling it right now. Purgil.
What if Jason can communicate with them too?
Right? Mike.
Yeah, man.
What do you think about all of it? What you've been seeing so far with these 4 episodes, and being someone who hasn't watched Rebels and seeing what you've seen all the way up to now?
A little confused, but you know,
Break it down.
Yeah, I don't know what the world between worlds is.
Yes,
I have no idea what that is. I can tell you what I like is all the Ray Stevenson and his apprentice are awesome. Especially like their wardrobe. I think how he's dressed like a legit like knight with the long belt, and she literally has on like samurai armor. It's like very cool. And I like how there is this push pull with his apprentice as well. Like she's also hot headed, like how Sabine is like again, like I said, I think like last week, like or week before, like him and Ahsoka are very alike when it comes to like why they probably like left the Force is probably right. Well, left the Jedi is probably like around like the same reasons. They're a lot alike rather, but for what I've seen, like you know, I'm just a little confused on a lot of these characters because I've never watched Rebels. So, but I like what I'm, everything else is fine. So I'm interested to see what happened between Sabine and Ahsoka, why there was this, push pull in the beginning.
right.
If they talk about that, I don't know. There's 4 episodes left, right?
I wonder if we're gonna get that this next episode, and I'd hate to say filler, but now that the Master and the Apprentice have now split, Sabine is shot over to another galaxy. Ahsoka is now going through this, either she's in the world between worlds thing or whatever, but now maybe this next episode is going to be that thing that set them apart to begin with, that'll fill us in on what happened, and then the 6th episode will be like them rejoining back, like it'll kind of be like a flashback what happened to what they're doing now to get back, like for Ahsoka to get to where she's going, to what Sabine's doing. But there's going to be a lot of that like middle of the episode kind of thing where it's jumping more back to the past on why they have this contention between the both of them and what split them up. We'll get more of that flashback of what happened to them than what they're actually doing in the present kind of thing, you know? And then the 6th episode will be back to like all the meat of like what's going on in the present. And then 7, 8, bang.
I do like how what's his name? Who's the Inquisitor dude?
Oh yeah, what the holy shit.
So that was a dope fight one.
So was he like some Night Sister witchery?
That's what it
What it
seems
looked
like.
like.
That's what it seems like.
Essence of fart.
Yeah, he
Right.
It was green
Dude,
ass,
like,
right?
the dude ripped ass. He was just like
Yeah. And that explains probably like why his voice was all like super distorted. He looks like he was like it felt like some sort of zombie,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
reanimated.
it was so
Situation.
fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool though. It's
Yeah, I
pretty
like
cool.
it. Yeah.
When all was
Awesome.
said and done, I was like, okay.
So who did? So I guess what's her face made him.
That's what I
Morgan
thought.
Yeah, yeah. I would assume.
Elspeth
Yeah.
made him.
Yep. That's what I
Yo,
thought.
God damn, that was so cool. Everybody was wrong. You were all wrong. I was wrong too, but at least I was still right about it being an Inquisitor, just a dead one. It was just actually, it wasn't anybody. I think it was just armor.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
armor that was filled
be.
with fart
A
gas.
very good foot soldier, so to speak. you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Farkas
Yeah, it's just a
armored soldier.
reanimated, like it was just reanimated armor, basically, is all it was, with that filled in really nicely in the glutes.
Well, that's that's where all the gas
It's
went.
the gas.
Yeah, the
vessel.
gas. Just very true. Good. It's good. Oh man, that
Should have called the character
an
General Booty, but
amazing-
that's the point.
I you know what, I always love, but that's what makes Star Wars, like, I guess what makes it fun.
Yeah.
Is everybody guessing all of these different things when it comes to like a mass figure, and
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
you know, it doesn't have to be serious. You don't have to take it so fucking seriously all the time with that stuff. You know, like people have fun with
There's
guessing
a
who it
whole
could
movie
be.
about that very
Yeah.
subject.
Yeah, exactly. So it was, but like, you know, me, I'm just
Yeah.
like taking it too literally, and I'm like, it's no fucking buddy, stop it. It's not Ezra. Because like some people getting like super serious, like I think it's Ezra. I'm like, no, it's fucking not Ezra. Stop it with that shit. Makes no sense. But it is fun to see like other people joining in, where Nick from Wills was saying it was Jason, and he had like stilts on his feet, his hands, and stuff inside the suit.
It's 3 Jasons in a trench coat.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
actually
3 Jason, yeah.
Jason,
Yeah.
and it's just like they kind of did something similar with, like, it was like another child and like Jason on
Yeah.
stills.
Right.
There's 3 Ewoks in the trench coat.
There you go.
It
That's
was actually
Right there.
full grown Kitster.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah, see, that's what Tommy, that's what I was thinking. It was like a corpse, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was just like all that gas that spewed out of it. I guess maybe that was just all the whatever.
I would
still-
love to see at some point, if they're going to do that, if that's like maybe just a precursor of what we're going to see. It's like if there was a trying to think of like a Harryhausen fight against like demons or like skeletons, like in the Sinbad films,
Jason
that
the
sort of thing,
Argonauts,
right? That'd be
Mhm.
freaking sweet. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, gimme.
Yeah,
Jason the Argonauts. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love that. Oh,
I'm so curious as to what, like, I mean, just there was some idiot like on Twitter, I guess,
doesn't
What?
narrow it down.
Idiots
That does
on
not
Twitter.
narrow it down,
Well,
Dan.
like, I guess like they don't understand what multiverses are on Twitter, and
What?
they mentioned something about how there was a new galaxy introduced, and now that there's now it's a multiverse, and I was like, that's not
No, it's
what
not.
that's not what
It's
that
a new
means.
Not what that
galaxy.
means.
It's not
Like
what that
ours.
that's not
We
how
have
that
galaxies
happens.
we've never even been to.
Right. Right.
No.
But it did bring up the topic of like if Star Wars entered into multiversal territory, because
That would be a
with the
panic
world
attack.
between worlds, you can technically
Pop in.
use it. You could technically create a multiverse theory using that, I
That's
guess.
a lot of characters, buddy.
And
There's a different door. There's one for like, where Easter's at. There's one for Christmas, and then
yeah,
there's one for
right, right.
The
But
Halloween door.
exactly.
but like, it just like got me thinking, like, if they started toying with that, like, how would that would
Very carefully, I think. I mean, because they would lose a lot of people. I think just in general, not just Star Wars fans. Because we have a problem with everything, but just in general, I think it would be too much.
yeah,
You would have to have it be very carefully. It's like, I think with this, the best thing to do is have Ahsoka wake up. Literally, it's like Wizard of Oz. You wake up and it's like you were there, and you were there, and it's like waking up from this dream where you learned a lesson that you're going to carry the rest of your life, sort of thing.
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
what this is to me. This is what this looks like. It's going to be a dangerous one, but at the same time, it's like you're going to come out at the end of this having a better idea of where you're going, and then how to get Ahsoka to be a better apprentice and
Right.
finish up what you need to do.
Okay. Yeah. I like that.
How to be a better master, how to have your apprentice work alongside you. That's that. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's, to me, it makes perfect sense. So
Right. And that's what I'm thinking too. Like, this is some type of vision thing that she's having. Cause like literally she's struggle. Like it's the whole master apprentice's struggle thing.
Mhm.
You've got the Obi-Wan and Anakin comic book was one of my favorite freaking series, where it was written by Charles Soule.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's basically right at the beginning. Anakin's a teenager. It was right before the Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
And it's Obi-Wan trying to figure out how to train this boy. And it's like, he's just trying to figure out, like, his way, and he's failing him.
Yeah.
He feels like he's failing him. And we've seen that multiple times with Obi-Wan, with Anakin, because he wasn't really ready for it.
Or him. I mean,
yeah.
can you imagine being handed somebody like Anakin? Not just the fact that you have this person you have to take care of and raise, but the fact that they're literally one of the most powerful beings in the galaxy. It's like, how the heck do you even start to begin to put a plan together?
Yeah, right. And then you've got Ahsoka, who was trained by Anakin. Not only has she been trained by Anakin, but she finds out who Anakin was and what he turned into down the road. Now she's dealing with that trauma while she's trying to train Sabine, who's also incredibly emotional, hard-headed, and difficult. Thank God she doesn't have like the overwhelming force abilities that Anakin possesses.
Exactly.
But she's still a pain in the ass, and Ahsoka's afraid that giving her any teaching her more, that she's going to use it the way she doesn't want her to, or whatever, and it would be her fault if she hurts somebody.
Before I forget, I was going to ask you guys something. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
What, that one moment where Shin and her were fighting and she raised her hand up, did we not hear like a force sound, like she managed to have like a slight little force push for a minute?
I wonder
what
if they
happened in that moment there.
I wonder
she
if
said
they
you have
were
no power, right?
Right. Well, I wonder if they were they used the sound, like editing or whatever, to fake us out too.
Could be.
Maybe.
Because even Shin flinched, and then she was just like, "Wait a minute, what?"
Exactly.
Which it's just like, so that's the road I wanted to go down to maybe close out this show, where it's like, so what's going on here? What's going on here with this? What are they doing? What is Dave doing? So everyone can use the Force now if you try hard enough? Is that what we're being told now? The Force resides in everybody. Anyone can be a Jedi if you try hard enough. Is that what's happening?
I am with
What was the
Force.
lesson in
Force
the
is with
never-ending
me.
story you just told us about?
Imagination, Dan.
I know. Well, no, I get
No. I get
like,
it though. I get it. I don't
right,
want to.
right.
Because if everyone's special, then nobody's special. That's
Yeah.
Sure.
the one thing that I don't want to happen. I
Yeah.
love it. We obviously live and breathe this damn galaxy. We eat it up. We're here talking about it and everything. But yeah, I want it to be where there is kind of like that fine line. Yes, there always will be force sensitive people and people who can tap into it better than others, but yeah, I want there to be like this is what makes Sabine special, but not like where she joins and becomes a Jedi all of a sudden, right? Like you can will it into happening sort of thing. But like you said, it just when she finds her way, I want it to be Sabine's own way. I don't want it
Yeah.
to be something we've seen. I don't
Yeah.
want a big reveal like Rey's moment where all of a sudden she catches the lightsaber. That we've already seen that.
Yeah, you're right.
So
You're totally right about that. It's for me, it's like if you're gonna make it this way, then explain it to a way that I could understand. And you know what? There's a way that makes it way understandable that people have written off, and it's midichlorians.
Midichlorians. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me that calculator, baby.
That's right. Midichlorians explains this whole thing away, where it's like the midichlorians are in everybody and everything, but it just depends. And this is what the Jedi, they only selected people with a high midichlorian count.
that's very
Right,
true.
and with a certain level of midichlorians, where they knew the abilities would be easy to manifest, that they can train and control, that they knew that would be at like all at a certain power level, so they didn't have to worry about people being like less powerful, that they would have to train even harder, and whatnot. So it was a lot easier to train these people because they already have an affinity for the Force. But then you've got someone like Sabine, who's just like, God, they've got some midichlorians, but they really, really have to open up for those midichlorians to give them any type of, ability to tap into to manifest the Force the way that the Jedi do. That would make me feel better.
I mean, if
Not,
Liam Neeson said
the
it's
Force just
gospel,
resides
so,
in everybody, man. And if you just try hard enough, you could be as powerful as Anakin. Fuck no,
peace.
you can't.
It's-
Shut up.
Ugh.
Shut up. You
I
can't.
don't know if you could
That
be
is
as
so
powerful
stupid.
as Anakin, but you
It's
could.
a little weird though. It's like if the Jedi, like the way they did that, because that's a form of eugenics. You're excluding these people right out. It's like, well, we're better than you. Come to my temple.
But it's just like one of those things. Like it's just like, look, man, there's some people that are just better naturally better at things than others. Like athletes,
We all can't be
whatever.
baseball players.
Some people,
No, we
literally
can't. We
are
can't.
just
Exactly.
Some people could just
Exactly.
are great at stuff, and
Yeah.
other people have to try really hard to be maybe even close to as good as someone that doesn't
Mhm.
have to train as hard to be as good.
Some are
It's
very
just
naturally like
that's a
that,
real
yeah.
part of life, and the message that you can be as good as anybody if you try hard enough. It's just like, well, that's not true. You kind of just like you're fucking with the way life really is. But it doesn't matter if you want to do it that way, fine, I guess. But maybe make it explainable. But if Sabine all of a sudden can just start throwing shit around just because she opened herself up to the Force, I'm just kind of like, I'm sorry, Dave. It just seems like you just wanted your freaking punk rocker Mando chick to finally have some Force abilities.
But she is always so much more than that.
Yeah, like
Sabine is pretty awesome.
she
Yeah.
is awesome,
Yeah.
and it just I feel like it's like, why do now you have to give her Force powers out of no freaking where?
Yeah. Like I said, I wanted her to
do
kick
that. It
ass
just
like
makes
in a
no
lightsaber
sense.
fight. I wanted her to be able to defend herself and just like kick ass doing it. That to me would
That'll
be
be
like
yeah.
this will be awesome to see.
You know what that is, Mark?
Yeah.
That's Batman.
That is
Batman.
very much Batman.
That's
It is
Batman.
Right.
And
And
that's why
it has been,
Batman's
but
cool.
it hasn't been. It's never been like really elaborated on. To
I mean,
where
I saw
they
some scenes where she
talked
had a
about
dark saber,
midichlorians
right?
like one freaking time.
Oh, okay.
We kind of understood that that's what they were for, but after that, it was just never really touched on, and it would just
the
be
M,
nice.
the
It
M
would- a
count was the
little
last time it was brought
clarity.
up, right? M count was the last time it was brought out in that episode with Pershing. Was the last time we heard it even brought up, right?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah.
So that's it's good. It's good that that's where it's going, but yeah, it just makes me like it's just like I was just like this whole thing with anyone can do it. if you try
Well,
hard enough, and you
I've
could be just as
seen
good as anyone.
she
Any other
had the
Jedi.
dark
It
saber,
just
right?
doesn't make
She
sense.
did.
So she
Yeah.
could defend herself with a
Well, it's
lightsaber,
broken.
right? Well, she had a dark saber that she was defending herself, using to defend herself with, right?
But she is also, which does make sense for her to be a Jedi, is that her ancestor was the first Mandalorian Jedi. Isn't that her ancestor?
Mm,
Or was a Mando? I think she's related to the first. Is she related? Chat? Is she related
Chat.
to the first Jedi? Tommy would know this.
what's his name? Paz. What's his name?
The first Mando
Paz
Jedi.
Vizsla, or
Paz
no?
Vizsla. Yeah.
Tare
Whoever it
Vizsla?
was. Yeah, whoever it was. But
I think it
yeah.
was
Something
something like
Vizsla,
that.
yeah.
Tare, I think it was something like that. But I thought she was somewhat in that bloodline somewhere or something like that. Maybe not. Maybe she's just a Mando.
Tar Vizsla.
Her-
There you go.
Her clan is from Tarvit. Yes. It's okay. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
Bang.
Yeah.
It's her clan.
I like Mark's idea of just. I wish she was just like she could be just like this badass with like a lightsaber, and like you think she has the force, so she's that good.
It's
Yeah,
pretty. I
exactly.
mean that's what
That'd
I'm
be
saying,
cool.
and that's what Mark is saying. She's more than that. Where like it would be badass that she doesn't have force abilities, but she's just such a freaking badass fighter that, you know what I mean? Like she uses her rocket boosters and all of the things around her to be better than a Jedi, you know, than the Jedi that she can face off against just by being Sabine,
Yeah.
you know?
Or like using the force like in the form of like a light echolocation, right? Like how Ahsoka's trying to teach her, right? You know, it's like be aware of your surroundings. This is going to make you a better like fighter, and so to
Mhm.
speak, when you
Right.
have to use this form of combat. I mean, really, that's what she was trying to do. But you know,
And as I was saying before, like with what's his face? I Jedi Coron Horn, right? He just didn't have like a strong affinity, like where it came to telekinesis and stuff like that, where Sabine might not be able to like force push and move shit around and, you know, slice a pear and feed, you know, her cat with it or whatever. But you know, she like with Poe Dameron, you know, like I feel like Poe Dameron when he's flying, he subconsciously opens himself up to the force, and that's why he's such an amazing pilot, right? Where Sabine, you know, can open herself up to the force, and it just gives her like incredible reaction time, and you know, and she can just think faster and move quicker and anticipate things a lot easier. But it just throw me off where all of a sudden she's just like fucking throwing crates at somebody, and you know, all of a sudden she's just this, you know, carbon cut Jedi. I like it with, you know, what you're saying, Mark, is where
Yeah, that'd
she
be
is
cool.
like she is her own type of Jedi. Like she's took it to her own level, that like speaks to who she is and what we've seen from her. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where the road they go down with all of that. But yeah,
I'm like thinking really hard about like this idea that Mark put in our heads here. Like I want to see that so bad now. Just her being like, "I am no Jedi." She's like, "Ah!"
yeah. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
she's using the lightsaber, and all of a sudden she's just like whistling birds. Right in the
yeah,
yeah,
Right in the
exactly.
face
The
of somebody,
combination
you know
of
what I
like that,
mean?
right?
that'd be awesome.
The
You know,
best
like,
of the
he
Mandalorian,
slices-
the best of the Jedi. It's all in that one
Yeah,
person.
Like
which is kinda
Batman.
she's got like a lightsaber, and she's coming down, and all of a sudden she kicks on her freaking like her flamethrower on her wrist as she's like, you know, also with a
Yep.
lightsaber. Like there'd be like so many cool things she could do with her armor and wielding
Smoke
a
bombs.
lightsaber. You know, it's just, yeah, and the whole blaster lightsaber combo.
I'm saying gadgets.
She's got the gadgets. She's got all the thermal detonators
save
and all that
Space
stuff. We
Gotham,
have yet
dude.
to see her use her famous thermal detonators, really.
Space.
I think we
Gotham,
saw her
bro.
use one or something like that. I can't remember, but we haven't seen Sabine so far hasn't put on the armor in a while, and she's doubting herself as a fighter. She's missing Ezra. We have yet to see her be her. And I put out a Twitter post the other day about like her giving the map up to Balin, right? And I'm just like, wow, if this is her just giving in, wow. Like, come on, don't be so weak. But she's got to have something up her sleeve.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's playing the long game.
And I'm hoping that we see Sabine shine the most, like when she finally is confident in herself to know that she's going to walk out of there. You know, that's when we get to see her throwing the freaking thermal detonators at everybody and doing all the cool shit. But do you think we'll get Ezra and Thrawn in the next couple episodes, or do you think it's going to be like at the season finale kind of thing, and they're going to set us up for a movie or a season 2?
100%. I think it's going to cut the Thrawn sitting in a chair. It's going to be Lars Mikkelsen is going to be like, boom.
I know. Yeah, he's right, though. That dude's right. It would be a perfect weapon for Sabine.
That makes sense. The staple gun light. I've seen that, yeah.
It's my favorite lightsaber hilt ever made. I loved that lightsaber. The fact that it shot like the shock balls out. It's awesome. Yep. And dude, how about Balin? Just close off with
he's awesome.
Fantastic.
How amazing his character is.
One of my favorite new characters. Like everything from that the way he delivers his lines.
Mm-hmm. He's a
that's what I was thinking.
Actor.
I was just thinking about that. What I was thinking, I was like, what things we're going to talk about when we're on the show? It's like, look at how we've only known that character, but now for 4 episodes, and right away it's already like part of the bigger universe we already know, right? I didn't even blink. I'm all like, yeah, that's Balin. I was like, dude, that's like, I want more. Unfortunately, it's like, outside of like a novel or something, because I don't know how they're going to address that, now, but it's unfortunate that this is all we're going to get to see of that character. And I don't know. I mean, recasting would be a little weird at this point, but who knows what they have planned. I mean,
I know Brian Fry, wouldn't want to take up the mantle of playing Balin, but it would definitely be cool to see more stuff about him, and unfortunate that Ray Stevenson has passed and we can't get more of him. We don't know how much other footage has been shot that isn't used, or what they might have already done for season 2 stuff. Who knows? But it really is unfortunate, and that character was so freaking cool. That man, but sorry, Brian, but yeah, it's just, hey, you should feel great that you resemble somebody that did such an amazing job, and but yeah, sadly, that's just a goddamn shame. Such a talented person. Sad, but the show is great, and I'm loving every second of it. It's just a feast. They definitely dumped all the money in. I can't wait to see what's going on with Ahsoka. We've got Hayden Christensen back and de-aged. How do you guys feel about that?
Oh, the de-aging thing?
I thought he looked great. I think
we should stop doing it.
I really don't care.
Just put the actor there. Just stop it.
I just don't give a crap. I think it's fine.
They shouldn't either by not doing it. Just put the actor there. We know it's supposed to be young Anakin. We get it.
Yeah.
Just he looks young enough to do it. Just dress him up as
sure.
it. If it's not needed,
I just don't mind it. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't know why it's ever made a big deal, but I guess it's just, people complain to complain.
Yeah. But it's okay. I mean, he's just using his force filter.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was exactly, Mark. But anyway,
it's just a Tupac hologram of Anakin. It's fine.
Oh my god! Wasn't there a Whitney hologram too? It's
Sure.
like-
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh,
Well, I think we covered pretty much everything that's happened. Great catch up for the mid-season. Great talk about Starfield and Mark. I hope that your journey through Ragnarok is a good one. Now that
Yeah.
you've been playing that.
Yeah, Dan, be
Mike-
quiet.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He already forgot. He doesn't even remember.
Yep.
Plenty of tears to be had.
Jesus Christ.
Uh,
Then he said Goody Google. I'm like, God damn it.
but yeah, this I'm excited because they are really building this Filoni-verse, this Mando-verse, whatever you want to call it. They're gaining a lot of steam. This Ahsoka show, it's just like it's been going like from here to just everything's been so amazing. Kenobi was so good. Andor was fantastic. And everyone out there who isn't in this chat, because I know none of you are doing it, stop comparing everything to Andor. Ahsoka is amazing. Ahsoka is really freaking good stuff. And just because it's not like on this like more serious tone or whatever that Andor took, doesn't mean it's not good. I hate the shit.
I mean, honestly, I don't think Tony Gilroy wants you comparing it to his Andor anyway. So
No.
Yeah.
No, they're all cool. They're all
Yeah.
friends. But yeah, anyway.
It was a different flavor of Kool-Aid. That's why
Hell yeah.
That's why it was that flavor of Kool-Aid.
And that's exactly what we talked about the whole time, where it was just like you can get different flavors of Kool-Aid. And
they're out
and
there.
Everyone's got a flavor they can have.
What kind of
Drink.
Pop-Tart you want? We got
I like
you.
fruit punch
There you go.
and
Dan
strawberry
likes,
frosted
Dan
Pop-Tart.
likes fruit punch Pop-Tart, the strawberry
Frosted Pop-Tart.
frosted
Strawberry
drinks.
Pop-Tart. Shut
There
up.
you go.
Where can everyone find you, Michael?
You can find me here every Sunday, 9 p.m. EST for Shooting the Poodoo. And you can find me every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. EST for PX. That's a floor dash _ gaming. Watch your step. Dan here is behind the wheels of steel playing Last of Us 1.
I did
Last
good.
week's episode, he did very good.
Did good this time.
He did very good. He was very afraid to do things. It was very hilarious.
Well,
He was afraid to get easy kills on clickers because they were
it's
clickers.
not
It was
easy.
it was
They turn
hilarious.
around really quick,
They
dude.
do
If you
turn
let-
around. Yeah. But
You
it
gotta
was funny.
shiv them. And then they,
And then,
then
they
it
die.
happens.
Yeah, then it
Yeah.
happens. So stay tuned for more of that. We're playing it till it's done. And then stay tuned on the third game whenever that happens. We're still figuring it out. We may go to Last of Us 2. Who knows?
And we'll be doing some Starfield talk too. Maybe bringing up some screen shares on like
Yeah.
ship that we're building and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, stay tuned for that stuff.
What the hell does that mean? Anyway, Mark, where
Like
can
a
everyone
root beer
find you?
Pop-Tart.
you can
What?
find me on
What the
Sundays here with you folks, and on social media as I am LWito.
Nice. You can find me at Stay on Target 42 here every Sunday live with these fine folk. Claire and Raven couldn't make it. Raven probably had a Green Day football party because Jordan Love killed it today. Congratulations, Raven, on your new quarterback and how amazing he's doing. Claire, the Bears, she had them today, so she was probably doing some sort of the Bears thing. Justin Fields, he's something. And so they weren't here, but surely we'll be back for next week. And thank you guys for joining us. And
I'm gonna start
more
calling
Ahsoka.
people I don't like root beer Pop-Tarts.
That's awesome.
I
That's
don't like that root beer Pop-Tart over there.
well,
I
all
don't
right.
like that root beer Pop-Tart over there.
It's good seeing you guys. May the force be with you always.
Always, yeah.
Impressive. Most impressive. That's it.